We're going to be talking about online grocery shopping today. Let's talk about kind of the benefits of online grocery shopping to begin. So, if you've never done it before, obviously, there are some things about online grocery shopping. So, online grocery shopping can be slightly more expensive. That's true because you are paying right delivery fees and stuff like that. But it can also help you save time, money, and effort. And it's a great option to have in instances, where we can't get up as a backup. It's maybe not something we want to do every time we get our groceries, but if we're really sick, we can't get out, and we just need something to sustain ourselves, online grocery shopping is a great option. Online grocery shopping means the groceries will be delivered straight to you. And you're also able to choose and easily find exactly what food you want and have it delivered whenever you want, whenever it's convenient to you. So it's not just like you order it and it comes. You can also schedule it for a specific time, whether it is if you're sick and can't get out of the house or just so busy with other things going on. Not able to get to the store on time before close or something like that. And you just need it delivered. That's what it's there for. Now, who does deliver the grocery shopping? So the groceries you order. So when it comes to online grocery shopping, many of the large online grocery chains do offer this service directly on their own website. But there's also just websites that are dedicated to offering just a delivery service, and they service a number of grocery stores. So these are things like Instacart, for example, if you're familiar, or maybe Fresh Direct. I know is a popular one in the New York area. In any case, usually it's, third party delivery people works very similarly to if you ordered, from a restaurant online, just a courier or, anything like that. A lot of these things are app based or web based. So it pairs you up with an appropriate shopper who's in your area that can go pick up the food for you. Now, as I said, there are some grocery stores that offer this service in their own right. So they don't use any sort of third party website or delivery service in order to facilitate this. So places like Walmart do offer delivery service. So you can go straight to Walmart groceries and get your groceries from there. Ralph's also does this. Whole Foods does this. Usually they do this through Amazon. They have like a partnership with Amazon, obviously more expensive option there, but it is one. And Costco does this. I'm sure there are a number of others too, different local stores that may also offer this again, right over in different formats. So you can always call them and ask if that's something they offer or check out their website to see. These are some of the big kind of chains that offer it though. But that being said, there are exclusively web-based grocery delivery sites. So Instacart, for example, is one that basically has just delivery people. They go to the store, basically whatever store you need in your neighborhood, and they will go and pick up groceries that you ask them to. Amazon Fresh is direct delivery from Amazon, but they obviously have no in-person facilities. It's just online based. And then Fresh Direct, very similar there to Amazon. They don't really have in-person stores, and they're not shopping from regular stores. They are just providing direct to you groceries. But today, what we're going to be talking about is Instacart. Because, like I said, this is one that offers you a lot of diversity in terms of the stores you can shop from. You can shop from your regular store. And I think it's a great option for when it does come up where, you're really busy or you're sick or you're injured and you can't get up to the store and you just need something to sustain yourself. Maybe, friends, family, grandkids, also stuff going on. They're not able to help you out. You're in a tough situation. You can still access your local stores via Instacart. So how does Instacart work? So Instacart is an app and also a website. So you can access it either on a phone, tablet, or computer. And it lets you shop from your local grocery stores online. And what it does is it sends a personal shopper to fulfill and deliver your order in the same day. Unlike other grocery services, they don't stockpile fresh produce in a massive warehouse and then deliver it to you, right? Like some of the ones I mentioned. They get it from stores that are local to you, Kroger, Shaw's, Costco, any of your local grocery stores, and it gets sent to one of the Instacart employees. Now, the personal shoppers goes to the store for you and personally drives it to you with their own bike or car or whatever transport they have. And Instacart is available all over the US. So it's not necessarily location dependent. Wherever you are, you can access this service. Maybe you're not in the New York area for a period, but you still want to use it. You can still use the same account, just change your delivery location. And then you can see what stores are available in that area. Now, because you're using a personal shopper, you'll also be able to communicate with this person as they're shopping. So if something you wanted maybe isn't available, maybe it's sold out of that thing, they can communicate with you in order to make sure that, we either just drop that from the list or find an alternative. So it's really like you're dealing with a person and you can be texting and messaging them along the way as they're doing the shopping. Now, what does this cost? So grocery costs. So Instacart doesn't decide the prices of the actual groceries, right? Usually the prices are set up by the individual stores you're shopping from. So in this case, sometimes depending on how the store has done this, you may have to pay a little more. They may upmark things, unfortunately, from when you're shopping in person. Choice of store may also have coupons that you were able to use while purchasing. So the grocery store cost is, in terms of the actual food, is determined by the store, not the website or the app. The website and app make money off of their delivery costs. So with Instacart, your first delivery will be free. So maybe save it for a rainy day if you haven't done it yet. And you do not have to be a member to buy groceries, but you'll get free deliveries if for orders more than $35 if you are. If you want same day delivery for non-express members, you'll have to pay $3.99 for orders more than $35. So the price depends on if you're a member. You don't have to be like a paid member. There's like a subscription model. But it really will depend from store to store. It may also depend on how far the store is. With apps like this, tipping is strongly encouraged. Usually $5 or 20% of the bill, depending. It also obviously depends on area and what's normal for your area. I know this differs, state to state, country to country, right? So that's generally the cost. So it is going to end up being more expensive than going in store. That's why I say it's a great option. Just in desperate times, this can really come in handy, and it's a handy tool to have when things come up. So what are the pros of Instacart? So they have a very thorough online selection of products. You can get access to Costco even though you don't have a membership. So basically, if your driver is a Costco member, I think that does it for them. So you don't have to be a member to shop at Costco. Plus, they're able to order from stores beyond just supermarkets. So though their main thing is shopping from grocery stores, you can also shop from like Staples and pharmacies as well. So again, right, you're sick, you have a really bad cold, can't get out of bed, maybe you just need some cold medicine delivered. You can do something like that through this app. It's very convenient, especially for when you're sick, as I said, or otherwise unable to shop. It's a pretty easy ordering experience, and friendly shoppers. The shoppers are usually quite communicative. Your experience is dependent on your delivery person, right? They're just individuals who pick them up. So you'll have a different person each time, and obviously different ways of communicating with them, and depending on their grocery shopping skill level. So something to be aware of with this particular app. Cons of Instacart: it doesn't always take store sales, coupons, or rewards into account. There might be specific sales that are specific to Instacart, but like regular coupons may not always apply. So just be aware of that. Um, Sometimes you can't be too choosy about products. And so that's just the reality of it. You're not in person to look at the products and make decisions as you go. So if it's, end of the day on a Monday and their produce stock is kind of on the low end or something, right, you'll run into those same problems and you're not there to make an executive decision about, all right, let's change paths. Your shopper kind of does that and they might communicate with you. So that's a bit of an issue sometimes. And as I said, prices are different from in-store prices sometimes, which means you might pay a bit of a premium, and the markup will vary from store to store. And it's not clear why some items. It is just the store's choice what they list them for online. And you can imagine that, unfortunately, in maybe more desperate times that are more communally desperate, like in the pandemic, this markup may be more they think that people need this service enough, right? In regular times, it may not be too bad. So that is another con of Instacart, but really of any of these services that we're talking about. So I'm going to go over this in an actual live demonstration in a minute, but just to go over it quickly before I do it a bit more fast on my screen. Uh, so in order to use Instacart, you first have to create an account. So when you first want to create an account, it's going to ask you for a couple things. So you'll go to instacart.com. If you're using a phone or tablet, they do have an app, which I would recommend using versus using the website, as you'll have a more seamless experience. So you can go to the App Store, the Google Play Store on your device and search for Instacart and download the app from there. When you start creating an account, often it should be able to tell where you are. If it can't, it might ask for your country, as Instacart is available in multiple countries, not just the US. So you may have to select that you're in the US. And then usually it asks for information like your zip or postal code or address, so it knows where to connect you and what stores to connect you to. So you'll kind of go through this process. You'll also have to provide your email. So you do need an email to sign up for Instacart. That's how they'll create your account. You can also create an account with an existing Facebook or Google account. It is always my recommendation, though, to create your account just through your email and don't use services like Facebook and Google to do so. Just a personal thing, because this is part of obviously their data collection stuff. So when you create an account for Facebook, it's tied. So all your purchases and purchase history is then known by Facebook. They use that to serve you ads, right? Just another way they collect information on users. But you can, if that's what you prefer, just be aware that, that's why they kind of encourage that. And when you're done putting your email, you will just continue through, sign up with email. Then you'll have to create a password. Probably have to confirm it. We'll go through this process. But once you're in, you're going to be able to start doing your shopping. You can go to your account and do that. You can always change your password or change your email in here as well when you go into your account information. Here I am on the Instacart website. This is what it looks like on a computer. As I said, it will look slightly different on a tablet or phone, because I'll have an app. So it'll just be kind of a truncated version of this. But when you first come to the site, the first thing you want to do is click sign up. Here it's in multiple locations, right here. So I can click sign up. The first thing they're going to ask me to do here is to provide an email. So I will type in my email address and then click continue. It's then going to ask me to create a password. If I need to see my password, so it does those dots, right? If I want to see it, just to make sure I can, jot it down, make sure I remember it, I can click that I button to view my password. Something random in here. You can see it there now. Then click continue. When I first sign up, this, no thanks. All right, so I am in Instacart now. Pretty easy setup. It's going to ask for more information like my credit card information, delivery address, as I kind of go about this. But right away, I'm seeing this pop up here. Is this your zip code? If it is, I can say confirm. And this is going to show me all the stores in my area. If it's not my zip code or where I'm at, you'll want to click update. You can always find your zip code up here too. And you can always click from up here and change your address. That's in there. I'm going to actually just create a new address. Let's just pick this address as our example. So I can put in my address here. I can choose my apartment floor number, right? And any information like that. Save address. And so now what it's going to do once I update this and make sure, now it's going to show me all of the supermarkets in my area, Costco, Food Town, Super Fresh. It'll also will show me a timing. So this is how quickly I can potentially get my groceries delivered. 45 minutes, 30. Obviously, depending on the size of your shop, this might vary because there'll be more time spent. But you can also see there's different options. So there's groceries that you can order, convenience store, ready meals, you can order beauty products. So they're not just on groceries. You can order other stuff. They've expanded, but really they're kind of bread and butter, as it were, is groceries. So if you see a store here, you can do it that way. You can also search for stores in this search bar at the top. So say I did want to use Aldi, but I didn't see it there. I can just search for a grocery store, probably just connect me to the closest location, and it will show me the store. And basically, I can start selecting products and shopping. It kind of gives you different things straight off the bat. But you can also use this search bar at the top to search for specific products. So I can scroll through here as if I'm walking through the grocery store aisles, or I can use a search bar to search for specific products. What you'll also see on the left-hand side here is different categories. So if I scroll down on this left-hand panel, we can see basically, right, all our different aisles or whatever we would have. So say I want to click on produce, I can go to produce and we can see what I'm looking for here. And it's broken down even further, dairy and eggs. We can do this too. And maybe I want to get into cheese, go to cheese. And we'll do it that way. Or if I did want to search at the top, I could search for a product and get it that way. So a few ways to navigate this store. We can see the pictures of it, the price. It also will give us an idea of how many are in stock. So what's helpful about this is, if you want to get the best experience, usually best to choose options where you see this little marker, many in stock. That way, you're not going to probably get some sort of alternative or it's not going to be in. So when there's a lot in stock, you're have a better bet that you'll get the exact product you ask for. Because again, sometimes if it's out of stock, they might just not deliver it, or you have to communicate with them to make a different choice. So say I'm interested in this product, I can click on it, just on the image or anywhere really to see more details. So here's the name, any sort of, it's kosher, it's egg free, nut free, all that kind of information. You can also look at the ingredients. So just like you'll be able to turn over the product in store and look at the ingredients and nutritional facts, you can do this on here by just clicking on the product. And say I did want this product, either from here, from this image, if I didn't want to click on it, I know what it is, I can just click add to cart. When I add to cart, this button will change slightly and it gives me an option. A plus button, which allows me to add more. Once I add more, I can also minus it. But say I maybe added it by accident, and I actually changed my mind, I can click the garbage here and that removes it. So that's doing it from the outside view. Once I'm in the product, I can do a similar thing, add to cart, but I can pre-select the amount I want. So say I want 2, I can do that and I can add it to cart. The other option I have here as I'm doing this is also to save the product or add it to a list. And I can always create lists. So if there's certain products, say I'm doing this more regularly, and there's certain products I get every time I grocery shop, you can save them or add them to a list. So next time you can kind of just like really easily add everything from a list into your cart without having to go to search for them again. So it kind of quickens the process for you. But we'll add to cart. And so once I've added to cart, we can now see in my top right corner here, I have 1 item in my cart. If I click on this, I can see my cart. And then I can continue shopping. So maybe I'll go now to the deli, meats, I can go into frozen, pizza, right? So I can keep adding things this way. They also have some household stuff as well if we need it. All of these things. We go into meats, click through. Sometimes too, if you scroll all the way to the bottom, there might be sales. So you can also click on sales and we can see if there's anything on sale here. Again, a lot of the time, some of our regular coupons may not apply in this situation. So just to be aware of that. All right, so say I've done all my shopping. I looked at my cart. I can see my whole cart, fantastic, great. If I'm in my cart now and I'm looking at it and I decide, you know what, actually, maybe I don't need this item, I can click remove. You can also, on any particular item, add instructions for your shopper. So say I added bananas to this and I can see it. It's priced per pound. So, sometimes bananas come in a bundle and there's like 3 in a bundle. Sometimes there's like 5 in a bundle. Maybe you want to be like, hey, just get me like 3 or 4 in a bundle. I don't want any less or any more. Or you can say something like, you know, only get them if they are ripe. No green bananas, right? Or something like that. Maybe I just want to, I need them right away. So if they're green, they're not very useful to me. So I would do that. And that is now added as a special instruction. So I will have that now. And so the shopper will be able to see that and I'll go, okay, I have a better idea of what that is. So you can make special instructions on items, especially helpful, I believe, for produce. You don't want them to give you, like wrinkly old red pepper or something. That's not going to be worth it. So we have everything here. And once we're satisfied with this, we'll just click go to checkout. And it will load. And at this point, we're going to schedule and make our delivery. So we'll have our address. If we need to make any changes to this address at this point, just click on it and you can edit or confirm the address. You can have delivery instructions. So say you have a place and the entrance for your place is out back or whatever it might be, or you have an access code for like a buzzer or something. So I can leave any instructions I want to. You can also leave a door here. Save and continue. Then we'll choose our delivery time. So this is where we'll start to see, right? It's my first order here, so it's going to be free. So priority delivery generally would be $2. That means I get it right away. But if I just do standard, I can do that. Or I can choose a delivery window. So I'm like, I want it to get there when I'm home or like near to when I'm getting home because I don't want it to be left out too long. You can choose a delivery window. Sometimes there's less availability, especially when you're doing it day of. If you're doing it for a future date, you might have more flexibility in terms of your delivery window. So you could select a delivery window there. Now, your phone number, you can add this. I don't think you have to. It doesn't look like, and this just helps them, you know, be able to contact you better, call you if something goes wrong, rather than going through the app or something. So you have a bit of extra layer of communication with your shopper and with the experience. And then the last thing you'll have to do is pay. So you can pick a payment method. They do accept debit as well as credit. You can use PayPal and even EBT Snap, depending. So that is there as an option as well to use. Let's say I'll just select this. I would put this in. All right, so I've done this. I put in my card here, right? All my information is done. And then the last thing I'll do, click continue here. Continue. And the last thing it's going to want me to do is if I want to tip the courier, the grocery shopper, I can. Give me presets. I can select a different amount. And then the last thing I'll do is click place order. Now, once the order is placed, you'll kind of get like your order has been placed and you'll be able to sort of track the experience thereafter. If you have ever used any sort of other thing or seen like even someone placing like an Uber ride, or any sort of food ordering app, it works very similar. You'll get basically updates and it'll tell you things like your person is at the store, and then you can start texting with that person and messaging with them. And then it will also give you updated time. So once they're on their way to you, we'll say, hey, they're on their way to you. Just a heads up, they're coming right now. And then that will be that. But that's basically how that service works when you're using it. Again, slightly different experience on phone or tablet, just because it's going to be an app-based program in terms of like how it's laid out, like at a smaller screen, but basically the same thing. And I think it's a really valuable skill to just be aware of and know, right? In case we're caught off guard by something, It's not probably something we're going to be using every single time we grocery shop. But again, God forbid something happens, we are well fed if we're sick or injured or anything like that. So that is how that works.